Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, I'm liking some things that's going on in the world of boxing. We're talking about pound for pound, best fighters in the world. We got a lot of movement going on in this week because this is the week where some of the best fighters in the world have been are fighting or has already fought. So it's really a good week to see what's going on. Now, I have a few things. I am definitely elated by the respect that Naoya Inoue is getting. I think that's pretty good. I think it's a good thing because what we saw with Inoue was separation, right? That's what I like to see when you talk about pound for pound guys. You like to have separation. You don't want pound for pound guys to be in a whole bunch of close fights because they're supposed to be the very best in their division, heads and shoulders, and they should be so good in their division that you can see that they would be a pound for pound great, meaning that no matter what size they were, they would be able to compete or beat bigger and smaller guys, right? And lots of times we just put people on pound for pound when that's not really the case. That's why actually heavyweights aren't even supposed to be in the pound for pound list. That's not what it was for. It was made because Sugar Ray Robinson was so awesome that they just came up with a hypothetical list saying that, man, if this dude was any size, he'd beat up anybody. And that's how that happened. So we need to just stay with how it's supposed to be. Naoya Inoue has separation in all his fights except for the fight against Nonito Donaire. I like the fact that he styles and profiles. He's knocking people out. He's doing it in a cool way. He's got swagger. He's got speed. His hands are heavy. He lets them go. You know, there's really nothing you can say about this guy. This guy is definitely right now #1 pound for pound, or #2, how you look at it, but he's right there. That Stephen Fulton win has did a lot for him. I think everybody was watching the fight and they seen even distance in that fight. Even though I said in my other video, Stephen Fulton did a lot of good things, you could possibly ignoring some things if you weren't really watching. I saw some immaculate defense from Fulton, right? Some immaculate defense. I seen some counter punching, and it's hard to do when somebody's way faster than you. So I've seen some things now, Stephen Fulton. So he just got to come back, win a fight or two, and he could be talking about trying to rematch him or something else when he gets his confidence back. But Naoya Inoue is the goods. It is what it is. Now, get to my other point. Pound for pound, I got it like this. This is how I see it, right? It's just, it's no slight to anybody because all these guys are good. You got Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, right? I would say if Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford, then Errol Spence should be probably #2 pound for pound behind Naoya Inoue. And the reason I say that is the same reason why I think Terrence Crawford has an edge in that fight with Spence is because Errol Spence hasn't had to show his whole repertoire or adjustments. I don't think Errol Spence has ever had to fight on the back foot for a while because he's in a welterweight division and he's big. So in every fight that he fights, he's either the same size or bigger than the other guy all the time in his whole career so far. And that shouldn't be a pound for pound guy if you're in one division. Right, so if there's other guy that's been up to 4 divisions. Now, when you're in those lower weights, if he's been through 4, we're gonna give him 3 because some of them weights, don't need to be just too many damn weight divisions. But I'm just saying, Inoue, I would give Inoue the nod over Errol Spence, even after Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford. Now, if Terrence Crawford wins, then it's a whole different ball game because Terrence Crawford would have been in 3 weight divisions, would have been undisputed before already, and would have in his 3rd weight divisions knocked out about 10 people in a row, or 8 or 9. Anything over 3 is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's either 8 or 9 welterweights being the smaller guy in a row, right? And a 2-time undisputed champion making history. He would have to be #1 pound for pound. I have Terrence Crawford #1, period. right now. And then if he loses this fight, then he would go down to about number 5 or something like that. But winning the fight, Terrence Crawford should be number 1 pound for pound. I don't think it should be a discussion. But if Errol Spence wins the fight, then we just will wait. Errol Spence will be right there at number 2, and then we'll see what he does at 154, or if he fights Canelo, how good he does, and stuff like that. You know, because everyone else is going up and doing other things in divisions. So there's no slight against Errol Spence, but once Errol Spence gets up and we start seeing Errol Spence have to backfoot somebody because he's in the middleweight messing with some big dude like Terrence Crawford is, coming from lightweight to welterweight, you know, you're going to have to figure some stuff out sometimes. Errol Spence can basically put them hands up, walk people down, beat them up to the body, durable, and has a work rate. All right, and so those things, you know, are really a menace to people that are the same size or smaller. So we'd see if he couldn't have that tactic if he was going up to 160, for example, and then we would see other things in his game. That's all that is. But at the end of the day, yeah, Inoue's getting his respect. That's 1. 2, if Errol Spence wins the fight against Crawford, I would put him in number 2 pound for pound. If Terrence Crawford wins against Errol Spence, then he would stay at number 1 pound for pound. What y'all think? Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.